Heat waves hum through a haze of gold, tangled shadows and stories untold. Skin on fire, hearts on ice. We play the game, but we don't play nice. Threads hang loose, a casual disguise, flirting with the edge under bold blue skies. Sip slow, let the bourbon bite. We burn like the...
Hey, how we doing, Zeke?
Yeah, pretty good, man. What are we up to today?
Well, we're here at the Perth Mess Hall tonight. We're doing Lucha Fantastica. So, it's a fun show that we're going to have. We're going to have some luchadors. We're going to have an pinata session for the kids afterwards, tequila party for the adults afterwards. So
what are you up to tonight?
Tonight I'm refereeing, so thankfully this time we have a second referee, Kane. So, yeah.
So what's the difference between this and like the STW and ESPW shows?
This one's more of a fun event. Like, this one, and all the wrestlers today are going to be either masked up or they're going to be in costumes with like face covering thing over them. So if you know who they are, you know who they are. But in the realistics of it, it's complete luchador, so nobody knows who is who. It's just going to be a fun one. It's more of a comedy-based one.
So is the difference between obviously the adult and the children's show just the subject matter?
Pretty much, yeah. So the children's show is completely above board. We're not doing anything stupid. We're not going to do anything like raunchy in the adult pace. It's just for the kids. We have fun.
And in terms of like stakes, there's not really any like kayfabe stakes.
No, there is no stakes because in the post wrestling scene, there are touring companies. So they're on tour. They come in, they come out. Let's show some kids. Let's show some adults. What wrestling can be. Yeah, a little bit of different design from what we used to at the ESPW shows and SCW shows, even the EPW shows.
So we're going to do a thing with the Brutal Libre title today.
Yep.
So what's going to happen is you're going to win it off Barrett.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
You won't be champion for long, but you will be champion. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little thing. Barrett's going to be asleep, Delcano. Okay. And we're going to do like me, you, Faisal, and the Great George. Yep. We're all going to be there, like paper, scissors, rock, and then you win. Yeah. And so then you'll go over and hit him and you'll count your own three. You're like, I'm champion, you know? And then we'll go to Barrett and like wake up. And go,
I'm winning the Lucha Libre Endless Grand Championship tonight, so
what does that mean?
They do wrestling themed beers, they do quite a few other beers, but they like microbrew beers, and they created their own championship to just have a bit of fun with. So essentially, it's kind of like the WWE 24/7 title.
But it adds that different dimension that you were saying that this promotion is offering, this like sort of fun.
Yeah, it's like they run it on. They don't like have their own like show or anything. They just run it on Facebook, Instagrams, and TikTok, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, we know. But it's only fair if we do paper, scissors, rock. Right. Are you ready? Yes. Everyone? Yes. And the scissors as well. Ooh, I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I got you.
The scissors. Let's go. Good luck. Thank you.
Won the Endless Grand Championship, and then lost it about 30 seconds later. So, hey, I had a great time there, and then, rolled up, then I had to go officiate 2 other quick matches. So, yeah.
But technically you're a champion now.
Technically, yes. Tyler Sparks, as a referee, has won the Endless Grand Championship. It held it for about 30 seconds, but it's still a title ring. It's still winning. We're still having fun.
Excited for tonight?
Yeah, no, I'm even very excited for tonight. It's gonna be good fun. Like, I've always had fun with lucha shows, so having a bit more fun, just being able to be in there with everybody so far into character is gonna be great.
social media with the hashtag Lucha.Fantastica or at Lucha.Fantastica is going to get free tickets for our next event. Are you guys ready for the following match?
Hola amigos, my name is Victor, also known as Señor Fantástico at Lucha Fantastica. I am from Mexico, obviously. I started my business Lucha Fantastica 11 years ago, and it actually started a little bit as a joke. Back in those days I used to import Mexican jewelry and Mexican handicrafts, and amongst all those things I decided one day to bring the Mexican wrestling masks, the Lucha masks, which is the most important item in Mexican wrestling. Back in those days, 11 years ago, when I had my market stall at the Queen Vic Market on Wednesday night, I decided to sell the masks as I mentioned, as a joke. And there was people that would arrive and they would be very excited about it, and they were like, oh my God, like I went to Mexico and we went to the Mexican Lucha Libre and we had such an amazing time and it was great, and there was people screaming and there was the luchadors jumping and fighting and this and the other. And then there was the people that came and they didn't know anything about Mexican wrestling, and they were like looking at them and like trying them on, and then they were asking me about Mexican wrestling and I will explain to them about it. And I remember this day that there was this woman, she was looking at the masks, and she looked quite funny because she turned around to me and then she said, are these for like a Mexican king? And I remember that I was laughing, but no, she was serious about it, and she said to me, you should probably start something with this thing. You should start Mexican wrestling. And back in those days I was doing cumbia and Latin parties in Mexico, and she just gave me the idea, like, let's do Mexican wrestling with combined with a party, and that's pretty much how Lucha Fantastica started. Some people actually ask me about the feature of the mask, why the mask, and back in Mexico in like the 1930s, that's when the first luchadores started coming out with the masks, and they were very simple. They were just like a plain mask with obviously like the eyes, the mouth, and the nose open, and probably just one or two colors. Very simple designs. These days you can find them with like horns, hair. Lots of like different kind of like vinyls, different kinds of fabrics, really colorful, really bright. And like back in those days, apparently what happened, and I don't know for sure 100% if it's true or not, but I do like the story. I think it's quite accurate. Back in those days, it was not exactly as a proper professional sport. So what happened is that people that had day jobs like lawyers, doctors, accountants, any other kind of jobs, they decided to get in the ring and they decided to become luchadores on the weekend. But they didn't want people or their friends or acquaintances, like work acquaintances, to know that they were actually getting in the ring and putting a spandex on, and then they're on top of the trousers. So that's why they decided to start using masks so that people wouldn't know about them. And then from there they started a really amazing tradition, because when I was growing up, when I remember when I was really little, you have, for example, in the US you have Batman, you have Superman, you have Spider-Man, but in Mexico we have El Santo, we have Huracán Ramirez.
It's Samson.
Tell me, are you a shooting sister?
Yes?
Who are you?
Charles Humphrey.
I'm sorry, but I didn't know who was coming in.
So what are you doing here? Why'd you ask me about Susan? You found her, is that it?
No, not yet. That's why I'm here. I wanted to find out more about her.
But I don't see any reason for you to hide in the apartment.
Don't you know I came here? That I'm going to handle the case. I thought it was best to keep it a secret. It's much easier to work that way.
¿Y este es el que nos va a ayudar? ¿Un luchador?
El santo es el mejor aliado del bien y la justicia. Tenga usted fe. Terminando la lucha iremos a verlo.
these guys that I actually grew up with, and you see on television, and then when my dad used to take me to the arena, it was actually pretty amazing. It was quite an experience to see these guys like in bone and flesh, and they're actually real. They're not like superheroes that you watch only on TV and you watch in a cartoon. Like these guys are real, and like you see them, you go to the arena, like the end of the show, you take a photo with them, and you're like, imagine you're a kid, and then you get super excited about these guys. So it was quite an amazing experience, and I'm actually really happy that I'm able to do these things now here in Australia. It's a good fun. I think I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I think I'm very lucky to have the chance to do what I really love and share the Mexican culture with people. I think Mexican culture and Mexican history, it's quite a special thing. So just being able to like share it in the other side of the world, it's quite an experience. I'm very happy with it. Yeah.
Well, this is Dude, Where's My Ring? Tonight's our Halloween show. It's called Little Brewery of Horrors, so that's the show title of this one. But yeah, Dude, Where's My Ring? Where different is good.
So can you just walk us through sort of what I'm seeing here? Doesn't appear to be a ring.
That's kind of the whole point of the show. No ring. It's more of a deathmatch promotion, but like we usually have like 1 or 2 death matches per show. But more so, it's just for more fun. It's more fun based. But yeah, there's no ring. We've got the barricades up now, so we have guardrails. It used to be just the barrels, and we have like the danger tape around that. I mean, different is good as the unofficial slogan of Dude, Where's My Ring anyway, but tonight is definitely different because it's a Halloween episode, so I mean, I'm dressed as an old school referee, so...
And you're reffing all tonight, aren't you?
All of the matches, so unfortunately our referee had to pull out, so... Hey, I get to do all matches, I get to do my first death match and see how that goes.
What up, Dude? Might as well talk a little bit about Dude.
I love Dude. This is my thing. I love it, and
because we haven't even really talked about like those crazy death matches and extreme rules and all of whatever they want to call them, the matches that have a lot of blood in them. That's kind of a big part of what you do too. I mean, you're one of the co-owners or creators of Dude.
Yes, I've got a brains trust that's got currently four other amazing brains who we can all get together, and we all have different ideas of how things work, but something that we want is something that is good, and something that is creative, and something that is fun, and something that lets wrestlers have a bit of fun and a bit of creativity with what they do. And I feel like Dude kind of fills in a space that was missing in Perth for quite a while. It did kind of start off with the encouragement of a really good friend of mine. They were over here for a show and that show got cancelled. They were suggesting like maybe we give this a shot. It wasn't an idea, not just like Dude, but like an over 18s kind of thing that has been floating around for quite a while. The trigger just needed to be pulled on it. And if it wasn't for that friend in Melbourne encouraging me to do that, that trigger might not have been pulled. So we had so much fun the first time we did that first show. Yeah, it was the first time we had a death match in WA. First no ring show in WA. It was just the feeling from backstage and from the crowd was just something that I had not felt for such a long time. And there was no way that I was going to allow that just to be a one-off when you see not just how much the fans enjoyed it, but how much the people behind the scenes enjoyed it as well. I feel like it was just something that the fans and some of these wrestlers as well.
Can you paint the picture of what you're talking about? Because you mentioned no rings, you mentioned deathmatch, what are all of these things?
So for me, the best way that I can describe it is I also love the feeling and the vibe that places like the old school Extreme Championship Wrestling gave. We don't have a ring, we have a space where people are able to do their wrestling, but obviously it's going to be a bit different because we don't have a ring there. So what that opens up for us is that people can get a lot closer to the action. They can see what's going on. They can interact with the wrestlers and stuff a bit differently. And that also makes the wrestlers think a bit differently as well, as opposed to how you do something in a normal ring, how you do it in a space where there is no ring there. We do have our brewery brawl matches, and we do our death matches and stuff as well. There's something incredibly visceral and relatable when you have something like that that is so close to fans to witness.
So Hayden, can you walk me through your interesting attire tonight? What's Daddy pulled on the cards?
Alright, so I'm Pimp Gun. This was picked out by the great George. So he decided what I was going to wear today. So essentially the backstory of this character is I was a pimp for a very long time, a successful pimp.
So why do you believe these kind of shows, these different shows, what are they trying to achieve?
To be different. I think it creates a different outlet for wrestlers to be able to express themselves artistically, and it really makes you think about how can you work with these crowds. And so the fans know when they come here, they're getting a completely different flavour of ice cream than they'll get anywhere else. And I think that's what makes these special, and why the wrestlers love working here is because they can give something different to the audience, and the fans know that this is just here. It doesn't affect anything you do elsewhere. I can be the silly pimp gun, but the fans will be entertained by it, but they're not going to take it so seriously that they see me wrestle elsewhere. They're like, oh, you know.
So that break of, not necessarily break of kayfabe, but like that almost alternative like storyline, parallel universe idea, is that sort of what we're trying to achieve here?
For me as an individual, yes. But then you got people like, say, Jared Slade, who's, you know, one of our main deathmatch wrestlers here. That's just Jared Slade being Jared Slade. You know, what he does here adds stock to what he does everywhere else. But again, he can still be creatively different. He can do things here that he can't do things, you know, elsewhere. So I think different people have a different sort of maybe thought process or approach to how they do these sorts of things. For me, it is just have fun.
Good evening and welcome to Dude, Where's My Ring? Little Brewery of Horror! We would like to thank you for all coming down and getting spooky with us tonight. Who's here to get a little spooky? Yeah! It's fucking Halloween theme. What more could you want, motherfuckers? Yeah! Alright, are you guys ready for some awesome, crazy action in the pits? Ready to get spooky! The opening contest is a singles matchup scheduled for 1-4!
got to have Tyler Jacobs' last match in, dude, on his retirement tour.
I did. I did.
It was the Halloween show.
Yes.
Do you have any thoughts or feelings about that experience? Because he was such a synonymous deathmatch wrestler. Just explaining your own experience. It's okay, you take as much time as you want.
So, for me, approaching him with that idea, I was kind of expecting to get, like, very much shut down. I always feel like even now, it's like, I'm not good enough to do certain things, so I was almost expecting it just to be shut down, because I knew that it was coming up to his last couple of things, and I do hope that he really understands that being one of my main trainers when I started out, someone who does the style of wrestling that I wanted to do for so long and I just couldn't do it because of what I am. But women's doing bloody deathmatch things was not something that was looked upon very fondly for a very long time.
Why is that?
Why? The main thing I was told is because people don't want to see it. So it wasn't a case of I couldn't do it, it's just that people didn't want to see it. And I'd say that's a load of shit. But anyways, and I just think good storytelling is ultimately what's going to make money in the end.
There was some great storytelling in that match, though.
He was my main trainer. I've really wanted that match since I started. So we're going back 2002, and I got to have it. I took 22 years to get that match, but I got it. And after that, I kind of realised myself, like, man, I waited 22 years to have that match. And then he said, like, that he's proud of me, and that, and it's a weird thing because I feel like for so long I was looking to get some kind of acknowledgement or praise or something from people that I've been working with for so long. People who were meant to be, my peers and stuff like that, and I never really got it. And it's like I'm nearly 40. I shouldn't have to wait for people to give me like just that little bit of "I'm proud of you." But I got it, and I nearly cried, and then I walked out because I ain't crying in front of these people. I'm going out the back. It was a very special moment. It took a long time to get there, but we got there in the end.
Hailing from the needle pit, she wants to play a game. She's the first woman of WA wrestling, the fairest of them all, Michelle K
Hasluck. So being the sick fuck that I am is actually all his fault. I want to say 2003.
Whoa, that's too long.
A man from Melbourne called Lobo. That was the first time I saw a match, and I flinched. I felt uncomfortable, and I was shocked at the amount of brutality in that match. It was bloody good. So after 20 years, first time ever, I get to take on my trainer.